The two founders are now joining us. The two co-founders are joining us here. And the reason we're getting them is, once again, not because of the size of the check or, all of that, but because they've managed to impress the likes of Ashish Kacholia, the promoters of Asian Paints, and even the Government of India's Department StartUp India. The DPIIT has also given these two gentlemen a check. Welcome to Startup Central. You both decide, whichever one wants to take it. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Sure. Thank you so much for having us, Nayantara, on the show. Varun and I have worked together for a little over 12 years now. We're from the finance background. We've done investment banking, doing capital raising, private equity fundraising for companies across hospitality, retail sectors. And back in 2020, we decided that we want to move away from finance as a profession and really look at entrepreneurship. So late in our 30s, we decided that we would look to disrupt the instant foods category, largely because if you look at this particular category in India, not much has actually happened, not much disruption has actually happened in this particular industry. So we decided that we want to take the entrepreneurial plunge and really do something to fix the instant food industry. And we largely do this by virtue of combining culinary expertise and a very advanced food science technology. So what we essentially do is we provide instant foods to consumers that are as close as possible to freshly prepared foods. So everything is 100% natural, zero preservatives, MSG, additives free.
Okay, so that's the ready-to-eat category, and I believe almost as many as 15 products. You add hot water, and this is going to cover noodles and halwa, and many more are in the works. So Varun, before we talk about the products, what I want to understand is, and what Bharat just revealed, you guys went finance together, right? So you totally get it. This is a winter season. So is that why? And I know that it's a seed round. The money we're talking about, 20 crores. It may not seem that large, but it's the quality of investors. So was it your previous background that really helped, getting Ashish Kacholia, the promoter family of Asian Paints? Is that how it worked?
No, actually, a couple of things. One is you said about the quantum of the investment, and two is the investors that came in. The investors were, we're kind of fortunate to have them on our roster. When we went to market, we went out and met a few investors, and they were part of our list of investors who we targeted. And I think 2 to 3 meetings with both of them, kind of went off well, and then they kind of participated, and we were fortunate we could close the round with a very small set of investors and very renowned set of investors. The second aspect you mentioned was 20 crores. I think in our context, we are not a very capital intensive business. We are not where we'll guzzle a lot of capital to build what we are building. So in that sense, we will remain very efficient on the amount of capital that we raise. And being pure play FMCG, we have a host of capital to look at, including equity, conventional debt, and structures around that. So in that sense, we will never be ones which will raise very, very large amounts of capital. We're very conscious of the capital that we have and the returns that we generate on the capital base.
Right. So you're going to, because you guys have finance background as well, I guess you will not make a lot of the mistakes we see from other startup founders about increasing the cash runway, burning, preserving cash, never taking their eyes off the bottom line, doing dhanda as dhanda is meant to be. I take all of that. But Bharat, I got to ask you this question. You're talking about FMCG, ready-to-eat category. This is now going to be a space where we are seeing the Adani's entry, the Ambanis are entering with Reliance Industries. You've got Patanjali over there, Dabur over there. What is your USP, Bharat? How are you going to beat them all?
What we've always seen in this particular industry is that you have to have a point of difference in this particular category. For us, we are one of the only sort of players in the instant food space that I spoke about, which do everything which is 100% natural, zero preservatives, MSG free. The single most important thing for us when we provide food to consumers is that they will not be able to tell the difference between the food that we are providing them in a box versus when they're actually eating fresh food. So for us, the quality of the product, the point of difference, and food to consumers in a particular category, across categories that are largely non-prevalent in the instant food space, allowed us to spend a lot of time with consumers and start to develop a very loyal customer base. So that I think is a good starting point. We've only been in the market for about 12 months now. So we started off with categories where you actually don't see any players. So we are the first ones to actually launch a gajar halwa or a moong dal halwa in a box. So we've kind of done stuff that other people have not to really sort of garner certain loyalty-based consumers, and that's helped us launch sort of more mass market products like the instant noodles or the instant pasta.
Gajar ka halwa and a lot of other innovations, and you guys are saying you won't be able to make out the difference. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going to hold my opinion on that one. But Varun, last question. I believe another 10 products are on in the pipeline. What kind? Give us a sneak peek, and what kind of price points are we talking about? You're 1 year old. Give us a sense of how consumers have taken to your product. What are you selling on Flipkart, Amazon, or are you on shelves of supermarkets?
Sure. So, we define ourselves as an all-day menu. So we are a real food solution for consumers. So if you want breakfast, you want lunch, you want dinner, you want dessert, our range currently, the 15 SKUs that we have, it spreads across all categories. At the same time, within categories also, we continue to have our expansion plan, our new product portfolio. Very recently, we launched non-vegetarian products, which we hitherto did not have. So now we've complemented our vegetarian range with a non-vegetarian range. Again, to Bharat's point, that we've differentiated ourselves. We are perhaps the first company that provides real pieces of chicken in our non-vegetarian product, unlike packaged foods where essentially it's flavors, that differentiate between vegetarian and non-vegetarian. The range will continue to expand. I think new product development is core to us. The customers, as Bharat said, they're loyal, so we listen to them, and on the back of that, we keep developing products and solutions which meet their requirements. The young demographic in India, the consumer trends in India, I think packaged foods, and especially the kinds we are providing, which are free of preservatives, free of anything artificial, I think have a huge latent demand. And with limited innovation that happened around this segment, I think we see a good white space for us to continue to add to our product portfolio.
And purely, I think, Nayantara, on the basis of the strength of the product, we've managed to list at about 3,000 offline stores. Every single e-commerce and Q-commerce platform in the country that we cater to now, servicing customers pan-India, as well as now we're on 2 airlines as we speak. We're on SpiceJet, we're on Akasa Airways as well. So pretty much one of the youngest brands in the last sort of 12 months to come on these platforms, yes.
Yeah, and you asked about price point. I think despite the fact that we've differentiated by providing products which are free of preservatives, free of chemicals, we are still very, very, value for money products. So in that sense, while the attributes are better than conventionally what was available in the segment, the price point is not very far off from the segment. So it allows for us to cater to a very large market within India and international.
Okay, so let's see, 1 year old, getting marquee investors to the cap table. Wish you all the very best. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.